That's right, folks. Longtime owner Mr. Krabs is opening a new restaurant called the Krusty Krab 2. First of all, congratulations, Mr. Krabs.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to
fill the top charts with shells for advertisement revenue instead of making any actual games?
Money!
What's up, fellow Crablings? Hope you're having an absolutely scrumptious, delicious day. We need to talk about something. It's a serious talk. Have a seat and stay a while because we need to talk about the current state of mobile gaming and just what games are being played right now. Now, once upon a time, there was a point where the App Store or Google Play Store had their top charts filled with games that actually offered something unique to the player. Now, I'm not saying mobile gaming was ever spectacular or something extraordinary. There's always been some questionable features in the top games, but recently, there's been such a huge decline in overall quality with the games that are making it big. It feels like all soul has been stripped from the App Store and it's been replaced with this weird, money-hungry gremlin that forces advertisements down your throat in this same minimalist art style. And most of the time, the ads that go along with these games are the worst things your eyes will ever gaze upon. Emojis, the words satisfying, noob, pro. Only 1% can reach this. 99% can't beat this. Flashing on the screen. And when the screen turns off, after witnessing all of this, all that's left of you is just a sad blob on the floor begging and pleading for mercy. I might be slightly exaggerating, but these things have genuinely gotten out of hand. Now, I mean, I could just look at the ads here, and that's one painful experience, but today, we are going to ascend and go further. Today is the day we look deep into the top charts and popular games, compare them to the good old days, and cry a bit inside. After this very deep investigation, I'll offer my ideas on just how it got to this point, just how the mobile gaming industry got this bad. Before we do that though, I have an important announcement. Are you tired of feeling like a noob? Are you in the 99% that can't beat level 3? Well, I have a cure for you. Just worship a crab. Not just any crab, the crab. Worship Crab God. Wear crab worshiper apparel. Are you noob or pro? Only 1% can click this link in the description. Sorry, I saw the chance, I took it. I like mocking stuff like that. Now, let's look at what the top apps are. Here we have Stack Colors, Tangle Master 3D, Good Slice, Money Buster, Johnny Trigger Sniper, and Speak to the Manager. And on Speak to the Manager, there isn't even any proper title capitalization going on. As you can see, there's quite the lineup of games here. And I have some bonus apps to throw in as well. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn as we dive into the first game of discussion, Speak to the Manager. Speak to the Manager can be described as an experience. I mean, the first thing you see is they have a Karen as the app icon. The game's description is you play as the shop manager, assisting your customers with various problems. And that seems simple enough, but it's not true at all. You're actually a manager working at 3 different places, like the airport, hardware store, and grocery store. And then on top of that, in the game, there's different tabs where you have to improve your life, improve your home, and improve your career. There's a day system, so you end up working in the day and sometimes have random clubbing scenes at night, then go home and improve your life in the morning. It's the most scatterbrained idea I've seen because all of these features are just so low effort. So the screen I'm showing you right here kind of looks like a home screen. It looks like the kind of screen you'll see once when you open up the app, but never again. But this is actually the screen you return to at the end of each in-game day, and it's where you deal with all the aspects of your life that don't deal with managing. It's so cluttered, there's so much going on here, I feel like I'm in Hoarders Buried Alive, but the worst thing on this screen is the slapping game advertisement. This never goes away. You have to constantly look at this in the center of your screen. Our other games slap that. Based on what this company considers to be their prized creations, it's pretty clear that they're just pumping out stuff to get on trends, get some clicks, but not offer anything great to the player. I mean, a great example would be this game, Speak to the Manager. It immediately isn't guaranteed long-term success, considering the meme is going to die out, and then you have this game based on professional slapping competitions, which were trending for a bit. It's absurd. But yeah, there's no dignity in this GUI. When you go to work each day, there's these same few models who come to you and present a different scenario in which you are given 2 response options. Generally, one hurts your business money but improves your rep, and one improves your rep but doesn't do anything good for your money. A lot of these are ridiculous. There's some seriously questionable people shopping here. Quality-wise, I'd say there could be much better writing. The way things are phrased here are just bad, and some of the options you have as a response are even worse. One girl asks for, something, and one of your response options includes winking at her, and the weirdest part of all of this is that these weird responses are sometimes the correct ones. Like, you can reply with something that in today's society, the world would genuinely be okay with and support you for, your rep would improve. You make that sort of decision in this game, and you get cancelled. Your over party is trending. You're done for. Checkmate. You told this person the luggage fee was mandatory? Well then, I think you're literally bigoted trash. Now, as you can see, it doesn't take long to get through each customer or each line of customers, so each day is pretty short. Yet, there are ads that will interrupt each day in level instead of just waiting for you to finish. Really, from a programming standpoint, it's probably easier to just add advertisements in at the end of each level because you already have an event set up in the code that marks the level's end and this event triggers the home screen. It wouldn't be hard to use this event to trigger an ad as well. To go and deliberately place these ads at seemingly random points in the middle of the day is a task that requires more effort, because not only are these ads in the middle of the day, they're also at the end of each day. So, I ended up actually calculating how often I was getting advertisements, and for 40 seconds of playtime, I had 60 seconds of ads. Yeah, so they invade on the gameplay. Now, a lot of free games still need some sort of money, so they have ads in them. That's normal. Usually the ads are locked onto progression-based features like watch this to continue, watch to unlock, watch for free spin, stuff like that. You go out of your way to watch an ad instead of it coming to you. But in this game, we have the ads coming to you, trying to rob you at gunpoint. But they've also added in ads that are progression-based, like most free-to-play games. So far we have ads that serve no purpose, ads that help you progress, and then the worst type of advertisement this game uses is one that you have to watch in order to not lose your progress. There's this robber character that comes into your establishment sometimes and says, "Cash now, or I will shoot you." And like all interaction in this game, you're presented with 2 choices. The one where you hand over money and plead for your life, or the one that makes you watch a 40-second video that lets you stand up for yourself and keep your money. It's ridiculous. It's like bullying the player. Like, if you want to have a bad time, download this. The life improvement section of this game and its categories are absurd. The only blocks composing happiness are relationship, overtime, and car. I don't understand how overtime improves your happiness, but maybe I'm just not there yet. Now, in this game you can purchase furniture upgrades, and I tried doing that, but it really sucked. This stupid screen is in the way. This stupid slapping competition is in the way, so I couldn't even enjoy the house. I also tried purchasing a pet, but unless it was a bug or something I missed, you aren't actually rewarded with a visible pet. At least not immediately. Your coins just kind of dip into the void. Overall, it's not the best thing I've ever played, but at least I haven't seen anything else like it. Now, this next game we're looking into is Beat Blade. Seems familiar? Can't put my finger on it. Beat Blade has over 5 million downloads, and now I'm not gonna say it's completely copying and ripping off Beat Saber for legal reasons. I'm just gonna say, hypothetically, this game looks extremely similar to Beat Saber in many ways. You know, whether or not I can say it's copying Beat Saber, I don't know, but I can say that Beat Saber has done things tremendously better. Now let's look at some similarities. The blocks you have to hit look like the Beat Saber no arrow blocks, the spikies are similar to Beat Saber, and the stage is laid out in the same manner as an elevated platform with rotating stage elements. Now for something different, there's multiple unskippable ads in Beat Blade with no X to close them out, but, you know, unlike Speak to the Manager, at least these don't interrupt the levels, they are at the end of each one. One weird feature of each level is that it's actually really hard to fail them. The only way to fail a level is if you hit these spikies that are basically the equivalent of Beat Saber bombs. Beat Saber is fun because the challenge is that you have to pass the level and you also work towards high scores. Here, there's no struggle to pass levels and the scoring system is not as engaging as Beat Saber's. Your Beat Saber score increases when you hit a block, use good form, and hit blocks in a row. For these combos, there's a combo indicator that maxes out with a multiplier of 8. In Beat Blade, you get points for hitting blocks, and on the side you can see your combo, but this doesn't actually do anything to your score. Unless my game is just bugged, combos don't do anything. I noticed when you hit a block, you get 3 points, and the amount of points gained per block hit stayed consistent no matter how high my combo was. There's not much here, and the game gets boring really quickly. You could look forward to unlocking blades or songs by collecting coins, but half of these unlockables have to be unlocked by watching ads. Yeah, now, while on the subject of songs, the choices here are bizarre. You have some popular songs, you know, standard stuff. Who could forget Uptown Funk? Some of the songs in here, though, are just really weird picks. Songs like Megalovania, We Are Number One, Spooky Scary Skeletons, Rockefeller Street Nightcore, Unravel, and Overkill are all songs in this app that are popular beat maps in the Beat Saber community. When I say beat maps here, I just mean fan Beat Saber levels that you can play. Another song choice that's weird here is Overkill because it's a really popular fan beat map, but it's also in Beat Saber's Monster Cat DLC. And it's not the only song in this app that's part of Beat Saber's officially supported songs. Believer is part of the Imagine Dragons DLC, while Popstar and Crabrave are included in Beat Saber's base game. Overall, not a very spectacular game. I think you can get a better experience elsewhere, but it certainly isn't the blandest on this list. It can get so much worse. Prepare yourselves for Idle Home Makeover. A tycoon game, nothing wrong with tycoon games, even the ones that make you watch a lot of ads can be okay, because generally, with mobile tycoon games, you're signing up for a time waster, and you know full well what you're getting into. Usually in these, there's lots of stuff to unlock and move towards, so there's something to look forward to. And this game somehow made it to the top charts with its slow progression and nothing to unlock. Basically, you can build a house. Only 3 house options. That's it. For each house, there are multiple different aspects of the house you have to unlock and build. Since it's a house, things have to happen in a very specific order for obvious reasons. You can't have a roof with no walls. So it locks the player into a progression system with no choices. And the lack of freedom obviously sucks, but the one thing that sends this game to its coffin at tremendous speeds would be its pacing. So I was able to complete 13 categories in 1 hour. Yes, I wasted a few hours of my life playing this thing. You know, again, I unlocked the first 13 categories in the first hour, then I got to a category called Wall Undercoat. Wall Undercoat, it sends shivers down my spine. It haunts me. It took 2 days to complete this category when it took 1 hour to complete all of the previous ones. I finally get past that, start doing walls paint, and I realize it's gonna take me just as long. Since you can only do one thing at a time, it gets boring. There is an upgrade tab, so you can technically do more than one thing at a time, but it doesn't last for long. You can improve your income per click and other stuff like that, up until a certain point using in-game money, and then you can't upgrade the aspects anymore unless you watch videos or ads. It's saddening. It was a sad use of time, and I did it for this video. One thing I could not bring myself to do, though, was use their in-app store, because on top of the ads, you can also buy gems. You can buy stuff with real money to improve a sad virtual house. And it's not even like a $3 package. They have a $100 package at the top for a game with no content. Is this allowed? Is this ethical? The only reason I could see this being here is for when a kid sees something shiny and accidentally sends their parents into debt. Speaking of children, let's talk about a game that was probably named by a child. Stack Colors. This game has top spot in the charts. All you do is run around as a naked man and stack colors. The character you play as has that common, vibrant person look, but there's just an unsettling quality to this model. It has defined cheeks. Someone sculpted this character and thought they needed to put extra focus into the cheeks. Just why? I guess it makes the game a little more interesting. Essentially all you do is stack colors, kick them, watch an ad, try to play the next level but accidentally end up watching another ad, repeat. There's such a lack of content here, I have nothing else to say. It's just a shell for revenue, but at least it has nice defined red cheeks. Now this next game, like these cheeks, is absolutely intense. It's absolutely insane. Tangle Master 3D, over 10 million downloads, the most intense, thrilling action ever of untangling ropes. Not just any ropes, jiggly ropes. Jiggle physics. I don't know why this is happening, but they are very jiggly. The game isn't challenging, it's kind of another time waster where you know what you're signing up for, but I don't know how anyone can sit through 5 minutes of this because of the videos being shoved in your face at the end of each level. Maybe if you went on airplane mode, maybe that would work. It just breaks game flow. In terms of progression, there's not a level map or system you can look at. You can buy skins and other cosmetics, but as you can see, they're rather sloppy. They lack the creative love that some better games with unlockables have. I'd rather spend $100 on a Subway Surfer skin than sit through 5 hours to get all of these ones. It's just absolutely baffling that this game is #1 right now. Like, I'm not picking a random obscure bad game to talk about. I'm talking about something that when I pulled up the Google Play Store, this was #1. This was it. Now let's move on to another top chart family favorite. Everybody knows and loves it. Good Slice. It's another weirdly simple game. You slice stuff. It's like a sad fruit ninja. It is award-winning, quality slicing that never fails to be satisfying. The physics are mind-blowing. There are bonus levels that you can unlock as you play, but these are more so a countdown to advertisements because you need to watch a video if you want to play the bonus levels. Overall, simple. Not much going on here. I guess it's satisfying, TM. While we're focused on very satisfying simple games with one repetitive task, it's time to talk about Murder Hornet. This game is repetitive, like myself, pretty much just has one thing you can do, but it's hilarious. I'm assuming this game was just made off of the trending topic of murder hornets coming to steal your children, but my god, this is the funniest rushed game I've ever seen. You basically buzz around and run into people who are just vibing, and you send them flying with ragdoll physics. Now, if you're not interested yet, you must wait, because there's more. You can unlock skins, and these skins heavily remind me of Plan B models. If you're new here or haven't seen it, I've made a video talking about a horrible B-movie ripoff known as Plan B. Check it out with the iCard above, even though I'm sure I'll forget to add that into this video. Just, look for it. Yeah, this is basically Plan B the game. I can't believe it was so successful. It got a game adaptation. Literally shaking and crying right now. Though I don't like the B art style, there's an app right now that you've probably heard of that has an art style I cannot stand. I hate this with a burning passion. I am letting the hate flow through me. I am about to kill some younglings. Most of you watching this video have probably gotten ads for it. If not, I'm jealous. Here is Save the Girl. This game has 50 million downloads. I cannot stand the look of this woman. I know this is probably my weakest point here, okay? I probably seem irrational, but there is just something here I do not like. I do not want. I want to throw her down a hole. There's just something here I cannot stand. I hate this more than the Polar Express kid. This walking animation is the worst. It's almost like the anime girl running meme, but it's worse. You can unlock skins, but they're abominations. The dialogue, like any other games mentioned here, has no creative flair going on. There's only 2 options to choose from at all times to save the girl, so there's no real challenge because you can just repeat the task if you fail and get it right on the second try. There are these weird scenarios that just don't make sense too, which it's fiction, it's a game. They don't have to make sense, I get that, but this is a kidnapper situation? What? Overall, whack. But this isn't as weird as Hyperschool. Hyperschool is a mix of minigames that have this weird minimalistic style that a lot of the top games have, just those vibrant naked dudes. It's not my cup of tea. Unlike most games on this list though, you're not just sitting there playing one game mode the whole time, so that's an improvement, maybe. But each game mode is just a downer. A lot have poor controls and sensitivity, and some just look like they shouldn't have made it past the stage of satisfying mobile game ad. I mean, I've seen a lot of these elsewhere before. I don't think they're original concepts. But one game that was somewhat fun was where you had to stuff children into a bus or it would explode. Like it would just explode from the sheer number of children you have condensed in there. I would like to see a game based on that. You have something like Good Slice, right? Stack colors, such a simple idea. I want to see like Stuff the Bus as a game where you just stuff children into a bus. It sounds fantastic. So the way this game works is the first bus comes around and you have to shove a lot of kids in there so all the rest of the children can be picked up on the next one. And there was a lot of trial and error because there isn't any sort of meter telling you how full the first bus is. So you have to sort of guess or else a bunch of kids are going to be left at school forever. But honestly speaking, aside from this Stuff the Bus game, with Hyper School it just feels like another uninspired cash grab because the art style doesn't particularly stand out. The mini games have pretty much all been seen elsewhere and you are plummeted with ads again. Now for concluding thoughts, I'd say we've looked at a lot of what the current App Store has to offer. Things have gone downhill. Don't get me wrong, microtransactions and ads have always been a thing in mobile games, but lately, it feels less like you're playing a game with ads and more so like you're downloading a tool that just lets you watch ads with occasional interaction here and there. And that occasional interaction is just gameplay that has a bunch of buttons saying, watch ad to try again, watch or do not get bonus level, watch to not have everything you've ever worked for flushed down the drain while your family watches in terror. Now here's the thing though, you can expect that the top charts and what people are playing won't improve. It's not because people don't have standards, lots of people have standards and won't download garbage, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of these companies don't need to try anymore. They place such a mass amount of advertising everywhere that includes a specific part of their gameplay that looks like eye candy to the viewer, and a lot of kids, or really desperate people, will go for it. They try to play it for 30 minutes, realize the game sucks, and uninstall it. It doesn't mean these games are the most enjoyed things on planet Earth, they just get suckered into the eye-catching ads by the player viewing the advertisements. It doesn't matter if the player thinks it sucks because they've already made their dollars. The ads just have to be flashy for their kids or target audience to be drawn in. They don't need people to stay, and these ads work so well that these games take top positions in place of other more deserving games, even though the reviews are so low. And the saddest thing about all of this is that this marketing strategy is so bland and unoriginal, much like the games they're selling. Usually, the advertisements focus on any one of these three ideas: trending topic, extreme challenge, and satisfying. Usually those ideas are combined, so you'll have an ad that goes along the lines of noob versus pro, mom versus dad, 99% can't beat this level, so satisfying. And the gameplay will be something like soap cutting, stacking an item, or flipping a water bottle. It's predictable and sad to see the level of quality going on here. Garbage sells. So will the overall quality of up-and-coming popular games improve in the future? No? Probably not. There's no reason for these people to improve this weird, saddening business strategy because it's working. But maybe, think critically about what you're downloading. Even if it's a free game, sit there and think critically about just what the game has to offer, maybe get a general feel from user reviews, and then go for it. But that's all I can really say. Thank you all for sticking around to the end of this video. Now today, I would like to leave you with a question. What's the worst mobile game you've ever played? I'd now like to thank all of you for sticking around to the end of this video, and I'd also like to send a huge thanks to some fan artists. You all have done amazing work, thank you. If you guys want to see more from me, I'll be posting a lot more on my social media. Links will be in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Oh, every night's like a daze, but oh, I feel embraced, yes, I know I'm running late. Let's wait just one more day.